Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at Shadow Altaria. Shadow Altaria got recently released in Pokemon GO, and now where Great gets back for the first time, I kind of want to give this Pokemon a try. There are quite a few other Shadow Pokemon that got released at the same time. I might go to revisit some of them as well. I only got after the event my first Quillfish, which actually has great PvP IVs. But today, we're going to take a look at a team that is going to be very more classic, to be fair. It's something that you've seen quite commonly, especially in the first 10 seasons of the GO Battle League, then kind of disappeared. It's going to be a Steel Double Dragon. A Steel Double Dragon was a very, very common line for ages. Also, this Double Dragon, that Dragon Double Steel was also a very common core for ages as well. And yeah, we can try this kind of strategy out here again with our Save-Up of the Dragonite, which got changed quite significantly this season from being a very, very oppressive Pokemon in terms of the fast move pressure that you have, to being more a Pokemon that is more here in the supporting role, having a lot of good coverage on this Pokemon instead of doing that crazy damage. But I mean, I guess crazy damage was still there in the first battle. The first battle was basically just our, our Dragonite being able to destroy the entire opponent there. By the way, if I sound a little bit, weird again, I'm a bit sick, but this is not going to stop me here today. What might stop me today is going to be an ice type like the Abomasnow. Ice types generally are not that bad because most ice types are part of water, and guess what? We have Elite, and the Elite here that's going to be able to deal with those quite well, as we're going to have the Ice Fang on this Pokemon. But also you're going to have here the Thunder Punch on the Save-Up, but the issue is that Abomasnow is not in a single of those categories. Guess who made a video recently about Abomasnow as well? It is me. This was my veteran team that I ran for that one, and I was like, yeah, that is going to be a bit tough. Spoiler alert though, this is the team that I played directly afterwards. My video wasn't out yet. So, funnily enough, before I did my video, I didn't see a single Abomasnow. Before my video even was released, I saw all of a sudden, but I did already my video, I saw all of a sudden a ton of Abomasnow coming up there for good reason. Abomasnow is an amazing Pokemon in the current meta. Abomasnow is a very tough Pokemon to deal with, but in this case, we were able to win here. And that's basically exactly what I mean. We are not going to be able to win against all of them, but all of a sudden, Abomasnow was the most common Pokemon you would ever see here, so it is what it is. It is a bit of a tricky one here. This is going to be interesting, as you're going to see as well. We're going to have the Psychic Fangs coming through, and as we will see, this is going to allow us allow the Weather Ball to get thrown against us. We will have here now the Psychic Fangs getting a little bit lower, but as you can see, they're going to still most likely get to another move, and this is very, very difficult here. Energy Ball is coming in. We're going to be able to get the Charizard in as well, and we're going to have now, the charge move coming in, the Blast Burn, and honestly, I didn't expect the Blast Burn would knock me out. This is crazy. It's a resisted hit, and it basically one-shot me from full health, which also again showcases both the power of the Charizard, but also the missing bulk of the Dragonite. And so, we are going to be in a position here right now where we are going to have a bit of difficulties. As you will see as well, we're going to have the the Sky Attack coming through here, but it's not going to be enough to knock them out. We would have needed a Flamethrower, but even then, it is just very difficult. We just kind of got walled here. Interesting team from the opponent, but good game to them. Again, our Abomasnow lead is going to be a bit tough. Hopefully, we don't see too many of them here. What we'll see next is going to be Togekiss and a Blastoise. Fun fact, by the way, and this is by the way as well why we are running the Dragonite as our Save-Up. If we're going to have on a neutral scenario, basically the Dragonite Save-Up baiting out the Togekiss, Dragonite is going to be able to win that matchup. And here in this case as well, we are going to be able to go for the Thunder Punch. I assume they're going to shield because, basically what just happened is that they got a free fast move in, and I assume that they kind of want to take advantage of that. But they're going to have the Skull Bash coming in next, which is kind of interesting. As the Togekiss comes in, the Thunder Punch is doing tremendous amounts of damage. It's not going to be enough to knock them out straight away from this range, I think. But imagine a two-shot scenario, we are going to be able to always win against the Togekiss with our Dragonite, which is kind of cool. Here, though, Arsphere is coming through, doing some solid amount of damage. I could have actually went into my other Pokemon as well, here into my Altaria. Here was a big mistake that I didn't through the Psychic Fangs, because Psychic Fangs would have easily put them into range where one Sky Attack just instantly knocks them out, or even my fast move pressure would have been enough. But we had to play this out a little bit differently here. I was able now to get the KO though, and with that we're going to be able to win the battle. But I could have played it so much easier for myself. It is what it is. Let's move on to the next one. Where Feraligatr is going to wait. Feraligatr is going to take some super effective damage from our fast move. The Thunder Fangs are coming through, are going to allow us to chunk away their health, and they're going to stop onto the Dusclops here. The Dusclops is going to be a tricky Pokemon, because Dusclops usually runs, like 99.9% of the time, runs the move Ice Punch. We have 2 Dragon and Flying type Pokemon in the back. Guess what the move Ice Punch is going to do against them? Quite a bit. I hope that they decide to use a shield here, but they didn't, and that actually is a bit more awkward because I still get another move. But I'm forced to let the move go here, because how else am I going to be able to do anything in this matchup? And what we see here again, it is going to be that Abomasnow, and with that I just can forfeit. I don't know on why I faced, I think now 4 Abomasnow or something in the first 5 battles here. All of a sudden this Pokemon was just everywhere, which just kind of made the team look worse than it actually is, because ever since then, I don't think I actually encountered a single Abomasnow, and I did like around like 50 plus battles against since then. I don't think I encountered actually a single one afterwards anymore. Just this team. So again, I don't think that this team actually performs better if you have a normal environment where you don't have like 4 Abomasnows in one set. And as I go see as well, the Aura is coming through from the opponent. We're going to see, the matchup that I was just talking about. Togekiss against the Dragonite is actually a very positive matchup for the Dragonite. Dragonite is guaranteed winning this matchup here in the 2-shield scenario, also in the 1-shield scenario, just not in the 0 shields. And with that, we're going to have alignment here, which is important because we kind of don't want to have the Credilli against our Altaria, which is going to be great that we have this here right now. But also, we know, of course, about the final Pokemon, that Gastrodon, and of course, we want to have this against Altaria. And so we can keep alignment. We know that we are not in range for a Grasston on our Steelix, which is very important information to know. We know that we should most likely try to get some energy here first against the opponent's Gastrodon, but we also know that we should still try to go for a Sky Attack in order to get the KO against them. We had 100 energy now, I think, at this point. This is going to allow us to get the KO nearly against the Gastrodon. Now it is actually going to work out, and we're going to still be able to go for a charge move against the Credilli, which is going to be very huge, because now I can even go for the combo play, stop out, go for the crunch, and do some solid damage against the opponent, and with that we are going to be able to get that damage onto them, and we will be able to now let the move go. Grassland is coming in, and we have here the full farm now done as well, and we can move on to the next opponent, where we will face a matchup that is alright. This is going to be interesting here. We're going to have the Clodside coming in. We're going to have now the Super Ball. This is the dilemma that you're going to have with that Dragonite, to the point where I'm even like considered that I didn't want to go for the Thunder Punch and rather would have wanted to go for the Hurricane, which gives me like flying type coverage. But yeah, I decided to go for the moveset because it's going to be better in certain matchups, and I still think that this is the best moveset to run. But against matchups here like the Clodsire, we just don't really have the best play. To be fair, I barely encounter Clodsire in the current GO Battle League meta. And also, I make, of course, some mistakes here by not going for my charge move early enough. I thought I could still go for another fast move. I wanted to perfectly time it, but I just misplayed this one, which is what it is. And as we will see here, they are going to go down. We still have a 2-shield disadvantage here, so this is looking quite difficult. And the Sky Attack is going to come through here against the opponent's charge, like Pokemon here against the Feraligatr. Charge move is going to get shielded, and we will see here the Steelix now against that Feraligatr, chunking away the health. I still think I actually can survive a charge move here. We are going to be able to do that, but they of course have the Gastrodon still, and with that it's going to be tough. Yeah, I feel like I was a little bit unlucky with this here as well. But hopefully not more Abomasnows. No, but we're going to have Diggersby. That is even kind of worse in some ways. Especially when you get walled here by a Florges straight away afterwards. I just couldn't really catch a break with this team. But that's alright. Like, this is kind of just a honest showcase towards especially the Shadow Altaria. I do think that with going for the Shadow version of Altaria, you kind of get rid of the one benefit that you actually want to have from Altaria, which is the bulk of it. I think that there is like plenty of Pokemon with the Shadow bonus is going to apply a bit more. For the Altaria, I don't think it really helps Pokemon out at all. But I guess here in this matchup, we're going to be able to do a little bit more damage against them. It might help us out a bit more. Then again, they go into the Corviknight. Then again, we have super effective charge move coverage here as well with the Flamethrower. So, like, it's not too bad. We're going to get the shield even from the opponent. But, of course, I really want to swap out eventually. I hope they go for the payback here, but they don't. They go for the air cutter, boosting their attack straight away, of course, as well, because how else would they play this matchup? Air cutter comes in again. They don't get the boost this time around. We're going to be able to get some damage onto them, but we're not even going to be able to threaten any shields here because our Steelix is just not going to be able to do a lot of damage. In comes Diggersby again. At this point, I know already I have basically zero chance. In hindsight, I should have went for a charge move again with my Altaria before swapping, because this would have allowed me to get the final shield from the opponent, and then I would be able to maybe farm them down. And I do think that Altaria wins the CM Pitta against the opponent's Covenant later on. But again, now I'm actually not too sure. I think maybe Covenant is actually a little bit less bulky compared to Altaria. They're two very, very close to each other. But my only win content would have been there, would have left there with that Flamethrower stored. But like this, we are going to be able to still go for a Sky Attack here, actually. Wait a minute. Can we actually still win? No, they still have a shield left. And with that shield, they're going to be able to go for the payback to knock me out. Well done there. I could have played a little bit better there as well. But again, I don't think there was really a lot that I could do. And we can move on to the next hard wall in the lead. Just to get hard-walled again by your Florges. And so, yeah, I guess this is just a good showcase on how team comp matchups can just really show you a different kind of way of the teams itself. I still think this system actually works out really well for me. I still think I just got ridiculously unlucky. Like, trust me, like how many Florges did you face in the back in the last few games? I have not seen a single one really ever since when I see them there in the lead. Like, literally, this is the only place where I've seen Florges so far. Apparently, here against our double dragon line, we always kind of want to get hard-walled by both elite that's going to destroy us, as well as a fairy type in the back. This is the only way. And like, it's just very difficult. Like, I don't really complain too much about it. Like, I don't really mind it. Like, it is at the end of the game that we play. You're going to have Pokemon that are just going to destroy you. And that is fine. That is absolutely fine. There's nothing to worry about or like stress about. You're going to have a lot of matchups actually that you just straight up cannot win. It's just when you have only those matchups, and those matchups are with Pokemon that you barely see otherwise before and afterwards. It just is always a little bit more of an awkward one for me, because it's like, this team should work. Just of course not if you're going to encounter 4 times in a row the hardest counter to this team here. That is quite rare usually to be seen, and then just getting walled by a hard counter on the lead and then fairy types in the back. It is what it is. But anyway, as you can see here, Sky Attack is coming through. This is not going to be enough to knock out the Gastrodon. It's not even going to be close. But we're still going to have our Steelix here, so I'm not too worried yet. This should be totally alright. As you will see here, Steelix is going to have this crunch still. We're going to be able to get the KO. And we can move on to the next opponent. Next up, we have the Dragonite against us here. This is going to be, again, a bit more of an awkward matchup. And I was thinking if I maybe want to swap out of here into my own Dragonite after a while, but the opponent decides to go for a charge move. It could be the superpower. It is a superpower, dropping their own stats straight away, and they go into the Dunsparce, which I retaliate with my Dragonite and give them a free fast move. And this is just really badly played by me. Like, honestly, I do think I played this games at like times I shouldn't have played GO Battle League anymore because I was just tired, but yeah, I just misplayed this quite a bit. For example, here, if I didn't give them the free fast move, I would have been able to reach another superpower. I would have been able to get the KO or the shield from them. And this game would have been a different one. Like, even if I just get the shield from the opponent, this game would have been an absolute different one, because this crunch would have, of course, yeah, would have still knocked them out. But like, I wouldn't have needed to catch really a move here like this, where my only chance here now is to actually try to, yeah, play so aggressive by catching moves, by trying to do like crazy stuff. It's the only way of me still having a chance of winning. I am not too sure if this is going to work out for me. The opponent is going to decide to go back inside Dunsparce. I'm forced to go for a charge move to knock them out. But like, we still have our Steelix left. Our Altaria is basically dead. And in the back, it's going to be a Ferret, and this is going to be a tough one as we don't have shields left. The opponent just is going to needing to go for 2 Trailblazers in order to knock us out. And so yeah, this is going to be it for this video. I find it kind of mad. Like, Altaria itself, Shadow, I wouldn't recommend you, but I feel like this team was just getting hard-walled the entire time, which is not really with teams that you would usually see. That's going to be it for today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I will see you then. Bye-bye.